The hum of the interstellar transport echoed through the dim corridors as I wandered aimlessly, clutching the worn holomap in my hand. It had been over a year since I left Earth Station 9, seeking work as an engineer on the outer colonies. My life had been predictable, mechanical, and safe until she appeared. Her voice came first, soft yet commanding, cutting through the ambient hum. "You were my husband." I froze, the words ricocheting in my mind like shrapnel. The voice was unmistakable, yet impossible. My pulse quickened, my mind scrambling to reconcile the face I had seen only in faded photographs with the woman standing before me, draped in the ceremonial white of the Triune Accord. Her eyes, though, were different. They were sharper and burdened with a weight that made my stomach churn. I think you have me confused with someone else," I stammered. "No," she said, stepping closer. "You were my husband. We were bound long before the Exodus fleet left Orion Cluster. You don't remember me because of the memory purge." Memory purge. The words hit me like a freight shuttle slamming into the hull. The colonies had used them for decades, erasing inconvenient memories from people whose lives had been deemed politically sensitive or dangerous. I had volunteered for one once, years ago, but I had been told the effects were temporary. Or so I had thought. "Why are you telling me this now?" I asked, my voice trembling. She lowered her gaze, fidgeting with a small, iridescent pendant that glimmered in the corridor light. "Because the Accord is breaking apart, and if we don't reclaim what was taken from us, everything we knew, everything we built will crumble. And you." She looked up, her eyes locking onto mine with a ferocity that sent chills down my spine. "You are the only one who can stop it." I wanted to reject her, to walk away and dismiss this as some delusion. But there was something about the certainty in her tone, the intimate recognition in her touch. When she finally let her hand brush against mine, it ignited a memory I could not place. A fleeting flash of a garden under twin suns. A laugh that wasn't mine, yet resonated in my chest. A whisper of a promise. Forever, no matter the stars. I swallowed hard. "If you're telling the truth, then why can't I remember?" "The purge," she whispered. "The same purge that erased me from your mind also made you forget who you really are. You were chosen to protect the Accord's secrets, and your memories were inconvenient." I tried to process, but the corridor seemed to tilt. Protect the Accord from what? Her voice was steady now, urgent. From itself. From those who would betray it. And from the truth that they never wanted you to remember. I stared at her, my thoughts spinning. This sounds impossible." "It was impossible," she said softly. "Until now." She stepped aside, gesturing to a hatch that led into a chamber bathed in pale blue light. The walls pulsed with energy, and the air hummed with the resonance of some ancient technology one did not recognize. "We have little time," she said. "I need you to see it, to remember it yourself. Only then can we act." I followed, heart pounding, every instinct screaming that this was a trap. But something in me, a sense deeper than fear or caution, urged me forward. Inside the chamber, holographic images floated midair, projections of cities and starships, of meetings and clandestine ceremonies. I watched as scenes played out like fragments of a life I couldn't remember living. And then, I saw her. We were standing together on the bridge of the celestial dawn, our hands intertwined as we watched the stars streak past faster than light. I could feel the warmth of her hand, the way her laughter had always anchored me, even when the universe seemed intent on tearing us apart. "I remember," I whispered, though the words were barely audible. Her eyes glistened. "Yes, you do. You were my husband, in every sense." And she paused, her gaze heavy with sorrow. I was the one who lost you. I reached out, touching her face, trying to reconcile the stranger before me with the woman I remembered. Then why did they make me forget? The Accord feared what we could do together, she explained. They feared our bond, the way it could defy orders, break alliances, even topple empires. They used the purge to make you forget, to keep you compliant, to make sure the secret we uncovered never saw the light of day. The chamber trembled, as though the stars themselves were listening. A red warning flashed across the walls. Alert! Memory restoration sequence unstable. Time is running out, she said. You need to choose. Reclaim your memory fully, knowing it could destroy you, or let it fade, and live a life of ignorance. I hesitated, fear clawing at me. But then the fragments of memories surged like solar flares. The battles we fought, the promises we made, the quiet moments between the chaos where the universe felt like ours alone. I could not let it end here. I want to remember, I said firmly. She took my hand and activated a console. Waves of light washed over me, my mind erupting in visions, painful, beautiful, terrifying. I saw the past, the lies, the betrayals, and the love that had endured across time and manipulation. I screamed as the memories returned, each one piercing my soul like a comet of truth. When it ended, I collapsed against the wall, gasping. I could see her now, fully, as she had been and as she was. And for the first time in years, I felt whole. We have to act, she said, pulling me upright. The Accord's leaders are planning to erase entire colonies to cover their deception. Only we can stop it. We raced through the corridors, navigating past security drones and magnetic locks. Every step was fueled by the memories that had returned, by the bond that had never truly been broken. Finally, we reached the central core, a chamber where the Accord's mainframe pulsed like a heart, controlling countless worlds. She turned to me, her eyes blazing. Do you remember everything? I nodded. Everything. Then we end this, she said. Together, we interfaced with the mainframe, bypassing firewalls and security protocols with the skill of people who had once lived as one. Alerts blared and drones activated, but nothing could stop us. Every command we entered was precise, guided by intuition, by memories, by the unbreakable bond that had survived years of manipulation. And then the mainframe went dark. Silence filled the chamber, broken only by our breathing. We did it, she whispered, a tear tracing her cheek. We've saved them. I pulled her into my arms, feeling the weight of lost years and reclaimed time. We've saved us, I corrected softly. She smiled, trembling. Yes, thus. For a moment, everything was still. The stars beyond the observation windows shimmered as if celebrating our triumph. I could feel the past, present, and future intertwining, no longer fractured by deceit or manipulation. Then came the truth, the final, shattering truth she had kept from me. I wasn't just your wife, she said quietly, almost to herself. I was also the Accord's experiment. They used me to find you, to bind you to them. But the bond they thought was theirs did never belong to them. It belonged to us. I held her tighter, letting the revelation sink in. It doesn't matter, I said. What matters is that we're together now. Whatever they tried to do, they failed. She nodded, resting her forehead against mine. Together, she whispered. Finally, together. Outside, the stars stretched infinitely, silent witnesses to our reunion. The universe was vast, cruel, and unpredictable, but in that moment, it felt small, contained in the certainty of her presence. We had lost time. We had endured manipulation, memory erasure, and betrayal. But we had found each other again. And that truth, raw, unbreakable, and undeniable, was ours to keep. As the first rays of a distant sun bathed the chamber in light, I knew that nothing, not even the Accord, could ever take her from me again. We had survived the impossible, and our story, once fragmented by deception, was finally whole. Ending. The story closes with the couple reunited, fully aware of their shared past and victorious against the Accord's manipulations. Their bond, tested by memory erasure and betrayal, endures. The narrative leaves a sense of triumph, closure, and hope for their future together, while hinting at the larger universe they have yet to explore. We had disabled the Accord's mainframe, but the chamber shuddered violently. Red warning lights pulsed like angry hearts. Outside, alarms screamed through the station. Security forces were converging. I could feel the weight of countless worlds depending on our next move. "We can't stay here," I said, pulling her toward the escape pods. She shook her head. "No. We finish this. The Accord can't just rebuild. If we flee, everything we fought for, it's meaningless." Before I could argue, the walls of the chamber split open, revealing the Accord's enforcers, armored soldiers with plasma rifles trained on us. They were faster than we expected. A dozen drones hovered above, ready to incinerate anything in sight. She grabbed my hand. "Remember together." And in that moment, the memories fully surged, our bond, our trust, our shared instincts. I moved as if I remembered every maneuver we had ever practiced together. She mirrored me, anticipating my actions, covering my blind spots. We fought like shadows, dashing, weaving, using every edge of the chamber, every control console, as our weapon. Plasma fire scorched the walls, sparks rained down, and alarms screamed louder than my own heartbeat. Then, we reached the heart of the mainframe's power core. A swirling energy field surrounded it, unstable, dangerous. "We can trigger a feedback loop," she said, eyes blazing. "It will destroy the Accord's central command, but it will take everything with it. If we survive together. If not," her voice faltered, but her grip on my hand was iron. I swallowed hard, feeling the weight of the universe pressing down. "I don't care. We do this. Together." She nodded, and we activated the core. The chamber exploded in light. Energy rippled through the station like a supernova. I felt us lift off the ground, our bodies tethered by nothing but instinct and gravity. The light was blinding, yet comforting, an embrace of everything we had lost and reclaimed. Time fractured. Memories flashed through my mind. Our wedding under twin suns, the garden we had promised to revisit, our first mission together, our laughter, our tears. It all converged in that singular moment of truth. And then, silence. We were floating in a void of quiet stars. The station had disintegrated behind us, fragments burning like dying comets. I looked at her and she looked at me. The energy of the core had not only destroyed the Accord's control, it had purged the manipulation, freed countless worlds from their secret tyranny. She smiled through tears. We did it. We're free." I pulled her into my arms, holding her like I had never let go. "We survived everything. They tried to erase us, control us, even destroy us. But nothing could break what we had." The void around us shimmered with the aftermath of the explosion. In the distance, colonies began to signal distress, but also hope. We were the first to know the truth. The universe had shifted and we had shifted it. She pressed her forehead to mine. "There's so much left to rebuild, but at least we have each other." I grinned, though my eyes burned from emotion. Nothing can take that away. Not time. Not memory. Not the stars themselves. For a moment, We were suspended in space and time, two souls reunited after betrayal, manipulation, and loss. Then she whispered, almost playfully, "I guess this makes me your wife forever." I laughed, a sound full of relief, triumph, and love. "Forever," I confirmed. The void around us began to glow as nearby planets and colonies registered the Accord's collapse. Signals flared, ships began to navigate freely, and distant lights, once dim under tyranny, sparkled with life. Together, we stepped toward the nearest transport pod, hands still intertwined. We were not just survivors. We were witnesses, reclaimers of truth, lovers reunited against impossible odds. The galaxy had shifted beneath our feet, and we would move forward, not as pawns, not as victims, but as architects of the future. As the pod's engines ignited and we launched into the cosmos, I realized something profound. No purge, no betrayal, no manipulative power could ever erase the bond between us.
Not even the stars themselves.
And in that blazing journey across the infinite void, I finally understood the meaning of her words, spoken so long ago. "You were my husband." "Yes," I whispered back, voice steady, full of certainty. "And you are my everything." The universe stretched before us, infinite, chaotic, and beautiful. And for the first time, we were truly free together.